fight feel here. PCW heavyweight title on the line. Who will stake their claim as the first ever PCW heavyweight champion? Christian Cole, you've seen both these great competitors in action in tough matches. Give me your thoughts, your keys to success for both.
The key to success for Pentagón Jr. is just to do what he's been doing for the last 3 years on the wrestling scene. And the key for Brian Cage to walk out with the heavyweight championship title is to continue to maul and maim luchadors. With Pentagón Jr. in his sights, a flex off in the middle of the ring.
Pentagón Jr., I think, has a better shot at perhaps winning the title than he does winning a pose-off against the effing machine.
I agree with you there, Todd Kennelly, and a smirk on the face of Brian Cage, and now getting started with a stalemate. 2 shoulder blocks in the center of the ring, and Cero Miedo, says Pentagón Jr.
Pentagón Jr., Cero Miedo, indeed, going right after the effort machine, but lands on his back as a result, courtesy of a big shoulder block. I mean, how do you get this monster, this Wolverine, if you will, off of his feet?
You're gonna have to do what many men cannot do, and that is to chop down the legs of Brian Cage. But another thing that Pentagón Jr. is incredibly good at is getting into the mind of his opponents, Todd Kennelly. And in order for Pentagón Jr. to win this match, he's going to have to get into the mind of Brian Cage.
We'll see if the great fans here become a factor as well. Cage, the machine, hell-bent on destroying luchadors. He's trying to do that right now. The body of Pentagón Jr. is on the dissection pan, and he's getting picked apart.
He certainly is. Cage looking good out the gate, looking like the luchador killer that everyone calls him. Cage looking like he's on his way to the first ever PCW heavyweight championship going around his waist.
Cage now goes to the midsection and now into a spinning toe hold.
Wow.
Oh, in essence, spins over into a cloverleaf. That was a great transition.
Just a phenomenal wrestling move. People always forget that Brian Cage is not just a powerhouse. He's not just a bodybuilder of a man, not just an effing machine, but a great mat wrestler, a phenomenal high flyer. Brian Cage has it all.
Certainly can do it all. It did amazing things, amazing feats of strength in that matchup with Kratos, that superplex, but now we see a belly to back right on the apron. And just how hard is that outside edge, that apron of the ring, Christian?
If you were to do an x-ray vision of this ring, ooh, nice European uppercut there, and you were to pull off the mat, pull off the apron, pull off the canvas, in the middle of the ring there are wooden boards, but on the outside of the ring is a metal, oh my God, is a metal wraparound of steel beams. Just one bomb on that outside apron could really hurt.
I hope the Pentagón Jr.'s got some steel beams in his mouth. He's going to need them after that. The strength of Cage. Press slam right into that region of the ring again. So Cage knows how devastating it can be.
Well, certainly Brian Cage knows about it, and at this point, Pentagón Jr. knows a lot about it as well. But Jr. trying to G up here, trying to figure out his ways, trying to get his senses back together.
Easier said than done when you got Brian Cage on the hunt. It's like trying to escape Jason Voorhees in Camp Crystal Lake. Good luck. Pentagón Jr., though, kicking back. What a shot by him. Uh-oh. Cage has him hooked into a fireman's carry. The way he can manipulate his opponent's body. Unreal. Hit him with that Luchador Destroyer. It's variation of the F5, but not enough to put away Pentagón Jr.
Yeah, a phenomenal Luchador Destroyer dropped in the middle of the ring. And Pentagón Jr., we rarely see him like this, Todd Kennelly. We rarely see him at the disadvantage like this. But Brian Cage pulling out all the stops to make sure that he's the first ever PCW heavyweight champ.
It has been a fairly one-sided affair thus far because it's tough. for even Pentagón Jr. to have an answer to the riddle that is the size, the strength, the speed, the overall dominance of Brian Cage. Both guys trading here, and Cage wants to take him out to the outside where he can do a variety of damage.
Cage now sending him, right there into the pole.
Yep, the only area of the ring harder than that apron on the outside.
That's actually a great point, Todd Kennelly, and Brian Cage using the environment around the ring. And what is this? And no, oh my God! And a power bomb to the spine of Pentagón Jr. right on the ring pole. There is no give on that pole. It is made of cold steel.
Well, you know, a buckle bomb is bad enough, but into the post on the outside, are we looking at the first ever champ? And it's got to cause a lot of pain for Pentagón just to even kick out or attempt to kick out after that.
Yeah, like you actually hit it on the head again, Todd Kennelly. Just trying to kick out will hurt your chances of winning this match because of the injury he sustained to his back on the outside.
Pentagón answers. I don't know where in the world he's finding this from. Nice DDT. Cero Miedo into the cover. Are we going to get the uno, dos, tres? Nope, solamente dos.
And Pentagón Jr. looking at referee Rick Knox, asking him if it was 3, trying to clarify the count there. Knox telling him it's 2, and now a striking battle has broken out in the middle of the ring.
And that double stomp, that Lanza shades of Paraguayo Jr. Cage goes upstairs, big boot. Back and forth action, but Cage is the fresher of the two. You know, where Pentagón Jr. will hit a move here or there, it's tough for him to maintain any kind of offensive advantage.
That's exactly right, but now Pentagón Jr. with the advantage here, ducking under a clothesline, dipping down Brian Cage onto his back. Not really getting a full cover there, Todd Kennelly. Using all of his energy on his offense and unable to get the full lateral press on his opponent to secure the championship.
Well, he ate so much punishment on the outside, but that pair of spinning lariats did the trick. Using his body's own momentum, you know, a straight shot maybe wouldn't be enough to take Cage down, but getting that added velocity did the trick.
That's exactly right, TK. And now following up and chopping that tree down, as we alluded to earlier, the way to beat Brian Cage is to take the legs out from underneath Cage. And Pentagón Jr. now attempting to do that, missing with a high kick there, though. Oh my God, and inside out goes Jr.
Big sit-out driver there by Cage, looking to make history, but not enough. And again, not enough can be said for just how extensive that offensive playbook of Cage is. He's called Mr. GMSI for a reason.
He is. Mr. Get My Shit In is Brian Cage, and that's what he does, as he typically ends up on the victorious side of the pay window.
Oh, he was looking for a buckle bomb there, but an incredible counter into the head scissors. Pentagón Jr. now runs right into a counter elbow. Pentagón Jr., when he quickens the pace, it works for him.
And a backstabber by Jr. And Cage may be too close to the ropes here. Referee Rick Knox saying he was qualified for the pin there, not too close to the ropes, but Cage kicking out anyway.
Both of these competitors fixtures in Lucha Underground as well. But again, a match that didn't take place in the Temple, but took place right here in PCW. Championship gold on the line, as Pentagón Jr. is digging down deep, staying alive against the Machine.
Machine missing with a clothesline and another backstabber. And Pentagón Jr. taking out the base of Brian Cage.
Oh, I talked about solving the riddle, but he's trying to break the code with that, and only a count of 2. And that was close.
It was very close, Todd Kennelly. We almost saw a new PCW heavyweight champion. But instead, this match continues as referee Rick Knox starts his double count and has reached 2.
Both of these great competitors trying to take home the gold, showing what they're all about. Again, you have to keep in mind that these guys both went through hellacious matches earlier in the night.
Absolutely right, Todd Kennelly. Both of these men fighting earlier to qualify for this spot. Pentagón Jr. getting a victory over Willie Mack. And Cage getting a victory over Kratos. And what is this, Todd?
Well, this is how he put away Willie Mack with the fear factor. But Cage counters, thinking Alabama slam into a sit-out powerbomb. But not enough. Pentagón Jr. digs down, showing why he's so respected the world over.
A great counter by Brian Cage. And then Pentagón Jr. able to get out as well. Rolling to the outside apron now. And they are right in your living room, folks. As you guys can see the action spill to the outside. And what is Cage thinking here?
Oh, he's thinking that big suspended suplex long way down. Ay, Dios mío. Veteran instincts, though, by Pentagón to try and roll out of there, but Cage is still right on the hunt. You can't escape this guy.
And the power of Brian Cage is so impressive when you see it in person. It is absolutely incredible. 2 count, no. And Brian Cage, although displaying his power and dropping 2 standing suplex on Pentagón Jr., he's going to need more than that to keep the man down for 3. Pentagón Jr., I talked to him earlier, and he told me in Spanish, "Yo quiero title." That's what he said, "Yo quiero title." And I knew exactly what he meant. He wants this PCW Heavyweight Championship.
Cage, he's got so many weapons. Can he put away Pentagón Jr.? He was looking for that drill claw.
Roll up here. Wow. Rick Knox missing the fact that Cage's right foot was actually stuck in the ropes for the first count there. Oh, man.
Beautiful counter. And now
my
a couple
God.
of big kicks right to the cabeza.
Oh, no, a third. And this could be it.
Yep, he's got him hooked. Can he get him up? Oh, he does. My goodness, fear factor. And the walls are closing in for Cage. Pentagón Jr. gets it done.
We have a new champ. The first ever Pacific Coast Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. You're looking at him. Pentagón Jr.
Luchador Destroyer not on this night.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this contest and the first ever Pacific Coast Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Pentagón Jr.
Well, you said it. Pentagón Jr. said Quiero title. Well, TNA title. He's got it, my friend.
He absolutely does. And this company couldn't be in a better position than for Pentagón Jr. to hold the first ever PCW Heavyweight Championship. I am proud to call this man our champion. These fans are on their feet and proud to adorn him with the gold. What an incredible finish to the evening, Todd Kennelly, as we see for the first time a PCW Heavyweight Championship around this luchador's shoulder. Incredible first night, Todd. He went through 2 men to get that title.
And what 2 men he went through. Unbelievable. Willie Mack. And then the Epic Machine, Brian Cage. I'm with you. This is a guy that will be a flag bearer. He'll hold that title. He'll take it around the world. He'll represent this company. And I'm proud to call that man champion. What a night, and he earned it.
2016 has been a massive year.
Once again,
for
your
Pacific Coast
PCW
Wrestling.
Heavyweight
It has been a
Champion,
huge year.
Pentagón Jr.
And what a way to go into the 3rd and 4th quarter of this first annual year. The inaugural year for PCW with a new heavyweight champion, Cero Miedo, Pentagón Jr.
I'm told that Dan Masters is going to try and get a word with a brand new champion. He's got to be overcome with emotion as he's soaking it all in. Respect to this great crowd. What a night, what a moment. History made. Cero Miedo, but he's got a lot of orgullo. He's got a lot of pride, Christian Cole.
Yeah, a lot of bolas and cojones as well. proud to have this man as our champion, Pentagón Jr.
Muchas gracias, PCW. Como siempre, Los Ángeles, la mejor de las mejores aficiones en todo Estados Unidos. Y hoy
California's got the best
no
fans
fue
in the
la
United States.
excepción. Aquí está el campeonato. Y esto no solo es mío, es de todos ustedes.
This championship
Muchas
is not
gracias.
just mine, it is all of ours.
Y ya saben, yo soy Pentagón Jr., el cero miedo.
Pentagón Jr., and I have no
Gracias.
fear.
Esto, para nosotros los luchadores, no es dinero. Esto es una bendición. Porque gracias a todos ustedes, Pentagón Jr. existe. Muchas gracias.
It is because
Gracias,
of
Los
you that I
Ángeles.
exist.
Y gracias.
The money you throw in the ring is respect.
PCW.
Thank you, fans. Thank you, PCW.
PCW. Nos vemos pronto, se los prometo. Voy a regresar y quiero enfrentar a lo mejor de lo mejor por este cinturón. Gracias, PCW.